Hey guys, so I decided to vlog today. It is a Saturday because I'm on the morning shift, so you won't hear anything from me till like after 3. But I thought, why not? Because I have some updates and stuff that is happening in my life, and I'm not done fucking ages, and I can't think of a video idea, so it's happening. Um, so, um, if you saw my previous video about the interview at Popeyes, you know that I am moving to Popeyes. So my last day at KFC is actually on a Tuesday. So yeah, with that job we're actually paid every month, which I don't mind. Subway I was paid every month. It's a bit easier, especially if you like got loads of bills to pay, because bills come out like in the month. It's a little bit easier. Um, but yeah, I don't necessarily need to budget too much anyway, just because my work is in walking distance. I say more normal people wouldn't say it's walking distance, but I mean it's walking distance. Walking distance is usually like 10 minutes, not near enough an hour. But anyway, so so we get paid like at the end, so it's every Friday end of the month, so it's not too bad. The only thing now I know is I'm gonna get heavily taxed, which is making me cringe because because when I moved from KFC, I know for a fact I was heavily taxed, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work out from here to Popeyes. It shouldn't be too bad because yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. I don't know. If anything, I might not be taxed too much as it's from instead of so it's the pay's from 2 weeks. It's from 2 weeks to a month's pay. So I don't know. The only thing that is budgeting is gonna a little bit worry me is obviously um the last pay from KFC, and obviously I've got the Hurricane as well. So with the Hurricane, I've paid for everything outright. So I've already paid for the hotel, I've paid for the train tickets. Obviously, I've paid for the photo shoot and the autographs. So um, that's all done. So then I just need to technically worry about his food. If I don't have enough spending money, I don't have enough spending money. Because I can't remember how or when I'd get the holiday pay now. So technically, my last pay will be the week of Hurricane on the Friday. Now my normal pay will be pretty low because, as I said, my last day is Tuesday. Or would it be too bad? Yeah, it would still be a little bit low. So I don't know how much that's gonna be, and I can't remember how they did it at Subway, because again, Subway I was paid monthly and I hated it anyway. So I don't know if with my last pay I'll get my holiday together with it, or it'll be the following 2 weeks, just because KFC's PR, like, it's shy anyway. Like, they mess shit up so much. So I don't know how that is actually gonna work. It should really be coming with my final pay, but with them guys you don't know. But yeah, so like training starts with that like next week. The Monday after work I'm going there to pick up my uniform, and then after that it's supposed to be scheduled for training, but I have told him that I can only do morning on the Tuesday, just because I am on the close on my last shift, so I'm on a 2-8. So yeah, I know the morning is still like 9 but it's literally next door. It's literally next door, that's fine. They keep the KFC, keep calling me Trio. But anyway, so that is what is happening in my life currently. I'm sorry if I'm moving around because like I just do that. Like if you watch all my vlogs, you do that. Yesterday, I'm not gonna do a review for it, but I'll mention it here. So yesterday I went to see Smile. Oh my god, it's definitely better than the trailer. It's an alright film. It's just not my type of film, but if you're into that kind of thing, it's really good. It's more of like a psychological horror. I mean, the last 10 minutes were like, what the fuck's going on? But the most part is more of a psychological horror. It more like goes into like the mindset of the actual main character and how she's feeling, how she's kind of spiraling, and how no one kind of believes that. It's more on that basis than too much on two jump scares. Like, I didn't find it that scary. I mean, there was one jump scare that nearly gave me a heart attack, but it's more so near the ending where I was just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, now you bring out the scares. But it's a decent film. It's one of those where don't look at the trailer, but then it's like, if you're expecting, like, one of his friend didn't like it, but if you're expecting it to be like, you know, something like 1, 2, 3 countdown, is nothing like that. It's like a proper in-depth, really good. Like, I say really good because I can respect it. It's just not my kind of film, if that makes any sense. But it is actually good. Like, it's not shit like I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I saw that yesterday before work. So I just want to say, I feel that Gen Zs don't want to do anything. They're the worst generation I've ever come across in my whole entire life. Like, if you just scroll on Facebook, you have like headlines say something about like, oh, I quit my job because of blah blah blah, or because I had to do 2 interviews just for a blah 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 job, or I had to do a maths test for this job interview. It's like, oh my fucking god. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that generation? Like, I thought millennials like me were worse. No, Gen Zs are just the epitome. Like, they are so, all they do is fucking complain, and it's like, oh my god. Because I saw this one article of, yeah, a woman complaining. That she says, you didn't have to. You could have just not bothered. But why do a video as if you're going to get support, even though some idiots, because I'm going to assume other Gen Zs are like, yeah, I would have like walked out. That's so, it seems unfair, but the whole point of a maths test, obviously you do get them in jobs where like you'll need them. Like Aldi, I had to do one. That was the last one I had to do actually. Fast food don't necessarily bother. Um, it's like in one of the comments as well, a receptionist said she didn't understand how to do a tech math test. The problem with the receptionist jobs, a lot of the time it moves into the administration roles as well, so like, and payroll and stuff like that. So because they don't want to hire 2 people, so that is that for why you. It's like to make sure that you can kind of use your brain, if that makes any sense. It's more to see how, like, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's more to see how, not intellectual, yes, intellectual, but to make sure you're not, because some of the tests are basic math. Like, some of them will just be like literally just 1 page of basic maths. When it's literally to make sure that you're not retarded, or not retarded, that's horrible. Why did I use that word? Well, to make sure you're not stupid. It's kind of that sort of thing, to try and make sure you got somebody who has some sort of intelligence. I sound really bad, because I know a lot of the time people, because a lot of the comments were like, well, I've got ADHD, which don't even get me started. ADHD, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna get started with that. But even though ADHD doesn't affect how good you are at maths, but whatever, you can just put that if you've got any disabilities, and then, yeah, I've got ADHD, or I've got I can understand that if you've got what's that condition again? But even then, I don't think that's really real. What's it called again? It's where you look at things, but the letters kind of move around, the numbers kind of. I can't even think of it now. Unless you've got that, then yeah, whatever. Even though I don't even think that's real, but I'm not even gonna get into that. That's just another whole topic about ADHD and that other thing I can't even remember the name of, but dyslexia. That's it, dyslexia. But yeah, but if you just put, I mean, in the thing. I don't know. I say that, but I tell people not to bother telling people you've got learning difficulty or whatever until you've actually got the job. At least tell them until you've actually got the job. Because at KFC we've had two people. One of them ended up leaving, but two autistic people have not told the managers that they're autistic. And the thing for this other girl that's currently there, she needs to at least tell them, because a lot of the time they're really bitchy behind her back, but they kind of not know her issues. But which is frustrating because they can't sack her if they tell her now, but they'll just understand why she's kind of a bit all over the place, if that makes any sense. But yeah. I'm back home and work was busy. The problem is you can never guess like how busy it's gonna be because it's so hit and miss. Like this week isn't even payday and it's literally packed. So it's kind of one of those things where it doesn't have like any set kind of busyness. Like sometimes it can be busy on Tuesday. Like it's not like when I was working at McDonald's where like it's dead on the slowest days were like Monday, Tuesday, and then it starts to pick up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Where this, it can be like any day. It's really weird. But anyway, wrong tea. So I dropped in well, not dropped into HMV, but popped into HMV after I finished, and I picked up the Black Phone, which I did a review on, really like that, and then Parasite, which I did a review on. That's been out for a while, but I saw it for like £7. Saw it for like £7.99, so I thought I'd pick up, and I am currently watching Mirrors 2. I'm gonna do one of those like videos that I did on my second channel for the what's that, Silent Hill. I'm gonna do it for this one because I believe these films are really underrated, especially the first one. Yesterday I picked up this hoodie to wear at the Love of Horror opening night, which is Corey Taylor and the Cherry Bombs, and the Cherry Bombs are fire and breather things. Like, well, I don't know. Yeah, they do. Do they breathe? Yeah, they do. Basically, they play with fire. You know what I'm talking about. So I thought I'd get something new to wear, and I got this hoodie. I got this from Damage Society. It was a lot of money though. It was like 40 quid, but it's really thick. So it is really good quality, but I forget how expensive Damage Society is. That's why I rarely kind of go in there. I only go in there when I know I have a decent amount of money to spend. But when I saw it, I was like, I need to get this. Even though it's 70 quid, I need to get this.